Now that the glue up table is finally ready, what better way to inaugurate it than with a small 4-meter long project? As often in my videos, it all starts with a few pallets. I remove the lower part by banging the pallet on the ground, then I push out the nails one by one. With a good strike from the mallet, I separate the boards, and finally, I remove all the nails completely. Next stop, the planer. I carefully run the boards through on both sides so they all have the same thickness. Then it's over to the table saw. I start with a straight cut to get a clean edge, then cut them down to the correct width. With a 45-degree chamfer bit, I create a mitered edge for the joints. It's a simple but effective technique for gluing two boards at a right angle. With the profiles done, it's time to test the famous glue-up table. First, I lay down a plastic film on the surface to keep the glue up from sticking to the table. I start the gluing by attaching the boards that will be in contact with the table. For this, I use lamellos, quick, clean, and strong. Then I move on to the sides, which I glue at 90 degrees thanks to the chamfered profiles. Again, lamellos help ensure a solid hold. To strengthen the whole thing, I add 3D printed inserts inside. I clamp everything tightly and let the glue do its work. Once the glue is fully dry, I have a beautiful 4-meter long U. I start by sanding the surfaces. First with 80 grit sandpaper for rough sanding, then with 150 grit for a smoother, cleaner finish. With the surface prepped, I move on to drilling. Using a hole saw, I make 5 holes on one side and 2 on the other. Next comes the painting. I carefully apply 3 coats of black paint, letting each coat dry completely. Once the paint is fully dry, it's time for the electrical work. I start by installing the electrical boxes, then feed the cables through the pre-drilled holes, and finally install the outlets. Everything is now ready for the final step. I mount the rail to the wall precisely, then install the spotlights, making sure they're correctly positioned and working properly.